Okay, hello. And so, okay, so we're back with Girls Frontline. So, the reason why I kind of stopped doing this was because microphone issues, and then I didn't really bother on reinstalling Nox onto my computer again, and so uh, I started using BlueStacks. It's actually slightly better than Nox, I believe. Like, no, well, personally to me, so I'm using BlueStacks instead of Nox this time because Nox, for some odd reason, wasn't really running properly, and so I decided to switch over to BlueStacks to make it much more easier. I also double checked before I started recording this, which chapter I left off on, but at the very moment, I'm gonna cover chapter 5. Um, Again, I'm going to be using teams that would work in the situations, not because I'm using. Well, obviously, as you guys can tell, I've been playing Ghost Frontline for quite some time. I originally started playing CN before the Ian release game came out, but basically, uh, what I really recommend around like chapters 1 through 5, or like, or in general, would always just run a AR/SMG comp if you're just trying to get through things as soon as possible. But it doesn't matter. Most of the guns in the game are pretty good as they are, um, but some of them will perform better. Obviously, a good 4-star, in my opinion, would be Tar 21, since she does reach, even with her skill, or I believe even without her skill, she has the highest rate of fire in the AR class just for being a 4-star. But again, to each their own. As you can see, like my teams are completely different now. Obviously, here I have 3 ARs and 2 SMGs. I have uh, two echelons with it, and then this was my for fun team. I personally just like having this team since I personally just wanted to be able to use KSVK. Uh, Theoretically speaking, this echelon shouldn't really be useful, but I already maxed out all of KSVK's skills, and after reading it quite a few times, this team comp kind of works with it since Railrod does apply debuffs and it will automatically activate KSVK's um, second skill. But so I'll be using this team, my rifle team for this one, and a possibility that I might run uh, some other teams like my SMG AR teams. I have a DPS rifle team, which is again having a DPS rifle team is probably better for the early chapters as well as maybe later on, as well as for night battles as well, since handguns do give out the visibility buff, but um, visibility buff on the map itself, so it allows you to see what's in front of you and behind you, and you'll be able to deploy units because you're able to see. Um, but having a DPS like M14, WA2K, I think Lee Enfield is also a good one. But mainly M14 is a very good starter to have because she does have a mod 3 as well, but um, it's again she's very easy to get, so it makes it easier. Um, Everything else kind of just hey, this is a night team build. I have a pistol or a handgun in this team as well, and I have the two uh, better night assault rifles. But other than that, I'm gonna start with chapter 5, and then next one we'll cover chapter 0. Um, Chapter 0 is more shorter, but I personally will probably just rush through it and show a possibly an it might not be efficient, but we'll see. But obviously here we have chapter 5, Kindling, and so I forgot, I keep forgetting a lot of the SF names. I believe this one is Scarecrow. This one, oh, I forgot this one's name. I believe this one is Hunter. I believe. I think that's Hunter. I forgot her name. So a lot of these I don't really remember. I think the only ones I really do remember is Agent and Judge. Judge is right here. I don't like fighting Judge at all, but you know, we gotta have to do it anyways. But anyways, so we're gonna start with chapter 5-1. Hopefully I didn't waste too much time. That's 5 minutes of me talking. But anyways, I'm gonna be quiet for the story thing. I think the story should be popping up. If it doesn't, I'll probably have to go and check. The story does not pop up. Okay, let me go back. So basically, if I remember correctly, after chapter 4, you get every single AR team member. So basically, Row, Soapmod, Star, and M4A1. Probably have to go to settings for this one. Obviously, I'm not gonna be editing this out because like I like seeing this fully through, but oh, there we go. Story playback. All right, I turned on story playback because whenever I'm farming for things, it makes it go by faster. But yeah, this is gonna be an interesting one because I don't really remember chapter 5 that well. As you can see, I just kind of rushed through it with all the A's there. But anyways, I'll be quiet. Okay, so this is, I believe this is a fairly simple one. Yeah. So, if I remember correctly, to get an S on this, you have to kill 11 enemies. So you have to wipe out the whole board, I believe. And so this was a bit difficult because you would have to, um, I believe I remember doing this on CN like a year ago or maybe 3 years ago. I haven't been on my CN account for a long time, but so I'll send this team out because one, I just want to kind of use it because it's pretty fun. So you want to, what I believe on how to get the 11 kills, you have to send one unit down and one unit this way, because I believe these nodes right here will actually have enemies on it, so it's a guaranteed enemy attack, I believe. But I could be wrong. I've been wrong a lot whenever I record things, and it's true. But you also want to make sure that things that it works out better than it should. So hopefully, okay. So yeah, that was KSBK's ability. So whenever she activates her skill, it applies a debuff, and whenever there's a debuff enemy, it will activate her. I think it was called the concussive rounds, and so basically it will do an AOE towards the enemy. So I'm gonna switch them real quick because you don't know if like this unit right here is gonna like calm down and like do something, but there's a lot of like what ifs in this situation because this one's fair. If I remember correctly, it's fairly it's mainly like RNG kind of deal because you want to make sure that like some of the enemies go towards you instead and you're not wasting movement points. But again, this one's a bit tricky, so I'm just hoping that one of these units will come down towards my area. Since that node is white, I don't have to worry about it being captured, so I can run over to the deployment node and then deploy another unit. I think it's possible if you can do it with 2 units, but I might be wrong because you really have to be really lucky with this one. Because if... Oh yeah, okay, so that one spawns more enemies. Okay, makes sense. So this might be like a very long video. This, I'm not gonna be editing anything out. I don't know who I got, but I probably have to like I have to probably clear out my space. So I could move this unit here. So this is a tricky part here because I've already taken out I already wiped out 4 and there's 7 still. And so that's exactly 11. So the thing is, like, I could send this unit through here if I wanted to, but at the same time, you don't know if any of these units will actually move. So I believe if I at least kill one more, I could probably wipe every other unit out in this turn. But as a safety precaution, I'm gonna send out a 3rd unit. So it could honestly be any unit. Originally, I was gonna have just a throwaway like handgun unit, but this will give me more space, and I'm pretty sure this unit will probably walk towards me if I'm lucky. But this is like, okay, well, I guess I was lucky. Okay. But the other units didn't move forward, so that's the one thing that kind of blows at that moment. So, if I did my math correctly, I might be lucky, maybe. It's interesting though because Tar 21 is actually out DPSing AK-12 and A94 because obviously the high fire rate that she has. So I have 5, so I can only move. So, yeah, I did not get the 12 because yeah. I was hoping this unit would actually move towards me, but they just kind of stood there because I believe this unit would have moved upwards if there was no unit here, I believe. I'm saying I believe a lot. Yeah, there's only 5, yeah. I barely, again, like, this one's a bit tricky because you can't really, say, I'm out of action points right off the bat, so, that was probably my fault, but we'll see. But anyways, once these enemy units are done, I'll have the node captured. Wow, really? That's the first time I heard Carcano actually get MVP. But yeah, 5-1 isn't that hard to go through once you kind of figure out where to really go, but the only issue there is trying to get an S really relies on a lot of factors, I believe. I think maybe if I went a different route, because I believe I did the same exact thing I did back when I played CN when I was trying to get S on this, was that I should have at least 2 of my units down under, and then have a unit kind of protect the base from being captured. But I believe having 2 units at the bottom probably might help the probability of it being much more easier. Oh, it's called Shockwave Demolition Route. But yeah, it's an interesting skill. I really, honestly, I stopped playing CN after, I think it was CT. And I was trying to get KSVK at the very last second. Almost got her, but I ended up getting screwed over by reset or by the patch, and so I wasn't able to get her. I was really close on finishing that mission, but yeah. But now I'm kind of happy that I have KSVK and her mod 3 now, so it's like I'm guessing I'm gonna stick to. I'm gonna mainly stick to EN. I was gonna say CN, but yeah. So this is chapter 5-1's done. Um, hopefully I could probably bum rush it and not explain a lot. 5-1 is really difficult. I believe to me 5-1 is probably the harder ones to actually get through to even try to get an S rank on it. Because it really relies a lot on this bottom portion on moving towards you. You know, you can't really I know you can manipulate it, but it's kind of awkward. All right. I probably have to. I probably have to go back and clear out my. Uh, oh god, I get really confused on where to find it. I probably have to get back and retire a few, I believe. Oh, well, I was close. All right. Well, I'll still retire them anyways. Yeah, I don't mind losing Scorpion. And so I'm probably thinking about doing the same thing with Arknights. Um, because Arknights has been really, I've been really having a lot of fun playing Arknights again, or in general. All right, so this one, I believe we have to go up. Yeah. So this one, I'm probably gonna rush it. It's not that hard to rush this one since, um, I believe all I have to do is just have one unit here, which works out in my favor. Oh, okay, thanks. Or I could. Okay, well, hold on. Let uh. Okay, okay. I do this a lot, and I hate myself for doing that. So let's restart the battle. Uh, that was not supposed to happen at all. My bad. Hey, we can actually skip it this time. All right, so this time it's for real. All right, here we go. If I do the same thing again, I'm gonna be mad at myself. All right, here we go. Let's lose more. Oh, okay, I got part. Okay, let me click off of this, and I'm gonna use this unit. Since we use the other echelon. Oh, that was one chair. Okay, so this one, I believe I have 3 spaces, so this is pretty easy to kind of rush. Just go you know, you don't have to fight as much, which is good. But again, if you're trying for the S rank, I believe having more units out will make it much more easier since you have more, uh, you have more. I don't even know. You have more movement, if that makes sense. But this one's a fairly short one. I do like the short ones because it's probably make things go by much more faster. But we'll see what happens. Huh? And then I'll move this unit here. Oh, I got, damn. Oh man. Alright, 5-3. I don't remember this one actually. I really don't. I don't really remember much of chapter 5. Okay, so this one. Oh, it's this one. Oh, fuck this one. I don't like this one. If I remember correctly, I think after this one, there's like a, it's like a square. It's a square one, and it's kind of weird. I don't really like it personally. Okay, so we're gonna resupply here. If I remember correctly, I believe I would mainly move this unit out of here and just have this unit kind of protect everything, or protect the base. And I think I would send out 2 units after I move them one space away from the HQ, I believe. I just wanna kind of rush it because like we're almost at like 30 minutes. I'm only halfway through this chapter. So I usually just have like a throwaway unit usually. So I'll just have them here. I'll move this unit down here. Okay, that's cool, I guess. And then have this unit here. Because usually it's better to like have more than less. Because I think after it makes it easier that way. So it's like it's not like too bad. So now that there's 6 units here, I would like to at least capture this node so that I can resupply because there's a lot of enemy units here. So I'm gonna just have this here, and I believe I could probably get an S rank off of this if I do it correctly. But I don't think I'm gonna do it correctly, knowing my luck. So. I'm gonna double check it. So 12 enemies in 4 turns. So we're already at 3. So I could probably do this because I really do want to capture that node, so I could just waltz into the enemy HQ in 1 turn. Makes it easier, and obviously resupplying is really useful. So I'm just gonna do this and then walk back so that at least I will still capture that node. And then I could just move backwards here, and I'll just move this unit here. I mean, it's still the same amount of space that I'm moonwalking to, so. So I'm just gonna move this one here, and then have, so it's already turn 3. I'll just capture this node here since there's probably not going to be anyone moving that way. And then move this unit into the other, more towards the center, I believe. Because it requires us to wipe out basically everyone on this map. And with the amount of nodes that we're capturing right now, I should be able to make it from here all the way over to the enemy HQ. So I don't really have to worry about this unit as much when it comes to resupply, since I believe that the enemy units won't be able to reach that far. Although, if they have diner gates, I'm kind of screwed when it comes to diner gates with my rifle team, because they are not DPS. They shoot pretty slow, so that's an issue. So yeah, pretty much that should be it. I don't want to. Oh, maybe I could have sent this unit over here. Kind of saves me time, but it's a. Oh well, okay. That enemy unit just kind of walks over to me. I guess. Okay, I guess that works too. So now, from here on out, I have full resupply, and this should be able to get the S rate, I believe. But I mean, again, anything can happen at this point. Anything, because sometimes it will say I believe it was in chapter 4 when I was trying to get the S rank from one of the levels as a practice. Did not work so well because I did finish it within the time, like within the amount of turns, and killed the same amount of enemies, but it did not go so well. And I believe after this one, I will have to go back and disassemble more units or more guns. But we'll see what happens. I should probably move Railroad farther up if it comes to that, because I don't like having to watch the rifles move. Watching rifles and LMGs move, LMGs move is kind of sad because they move so slow. So I know there will be a boss later on that is in the later chapters that will most likely, having a rifle team is not, rifle or MG team isn't that good, but sometimes it is recommended. But you again have to be really lucky. I think a lot of this stuff really requires much unluck than anything else, and hopefully things go well. But if you can't, then you can't. You know, I mean, I'm trying not to be a guide. I'm just kind of just playing this just because, you know, I get to reread the story. Okay. Oh yeah, see, there we go. We got an S. There it is.